Hi everyone, you're welcome to another episode of the BG series. It's your girl, Tony, and today I'm doing the show with my girl, Pascaline.
Hi everyone, my name is Pascaline and I'm happy to be doing the show with the formidable host here. So we're about to bring it, and we're talking about a spicy topic, so don't go anywhere. I'll see you there, okay? Bye! So there is a pandemic currently happening in Nigeria when, if we are all given an opportunity to leave, of course I know I'll pack my bags, right?
But not everybody will.
But that's for me though. I don't know what you think.
So I will not say just yet. In case you don't know what we're talking about, thank you for joining us. It's another episode of the BG series, and today we're talking about the Japa Syndrome. Okay, just kidding. So let's start by you giving us a short introduction. Just tell us your name.
Yeah, my name is Oloriagbe Mukhtar. I'm a civil servant.
Okay.
My name is Liam, and I'm an entrepreneur.
My name is Shola, and I'm an accountant.
My name is Grace Iwok, and I'm an engineer.
Thank you guys for joining us.
We don't have to introduce ourselves.
Of course. You already know.
You already know, I know, right?
Okay, so like I said earlier, we're talking about the Japa Syndrome. I'm sure everybody knows. I don't need to start defining or asking you to define Japa. Do we have any Yoruba person here?
Yeah.
Shola? Okay, yes, Mukhtar. Japa. Even the non-Yoruba, you already know what Japa means, right?
It's a general phenomenon, right?
Yeah, so the funny thing is, Japa actually has a definition now.
Yeah, it does.
Right? It actually does, apart from the Yoruba flee, go. It has a definition now. It means to leave Nigeria.
Even the National Assembly knows what Japa is.
Exactly.
They know what.
My darling, it's Nigeria. It's Nigeria.
No, it's
Nigeria we're
not
talking
Nigeria
about.
alone. It's like relocating to
No,
another
but it's
location.
when you say
bringing it
Japa.
down.
Oh,
When you say
okay,
Japa,
okay.
you know Japa.
I see.
It's a Niger time.
It's a Niger. Yeah, it's a
for
Niger.
Niger.
Yeah, it's a Niger thing. So, in the absence of any definition of Japa, I want to ask you, Mukhtar. I want to ask you, what do you think is responsible for Japa in Nigeria?
What's responsible for Japa? I don't see any reason why you should Japa. Why do you
You
have
don't
to,
see any reason.
for you to Japa?
Pascaline.
Well, I don't know why he is saying that, because to me, I feel like if you decide that this place is not okay for me, why won't I leave?
Because if you look at the definition, like the term Japa, what it means like Japa is you're relocating, you're leaving your country.
Japa means to flee.
Yeah, to Japa.
Yeah.
To Japa leave, then Japa to another place entirely.
Yeah.
So why would I want to leave my own country, my own home, and Japa to another country?
Okay.
And I don't want to come back to my own country. So I don't see any reason why I should believe.
When it comes to the living conditions that is not favorable to you, you will have to look for something better.
Yes, of course.
Grace, what do you think is responsible for Japa in Nigeria?
I would say people assume that you can find a better living condition, or to say greener pastures some other place. So that's why people would say, oh, I want to leave Nigeria. There's hardship the government is not making it easy for people to run their businesses, or the basic amenities that we are supposed to enjoy as citizens are not readily available for us. And like there are a lot of struggles, our health system, our education, there's just a lot of things that people are like, oh, this is not really working out for me. So they want to go to another country where it works for them, where it works. So that's mainly the reason why people would want to Japa.
What you think is responsible for Japa. So, Kali, I like the fact that she said assume. At the beginning, she said it's an assumption that they have a better life wherever it is they're going. Yeah, so I would ask Mukhtar, why do you think there's an existence of that assumption, that there's a greener pasture somewhere you know, putting into consideration the fact that she said some things are not in place, the healthcare system, there's a lot of struggle. So why do you think there's an assumption that it's better somewhere else?
So it's not like those things are not in place. It's not just being properly managed. So it's different when it's not in place and compared to when it's not being properly managed. We have educational system, we have our health sector, we have whatever sector you're going to look at, everything is actually in place. It might not be managed properly. And I don't see because something is not being managed properly, then you have to decide that you want to really leave your country to go and seek for greener pasture. Like I find it very difficult to believe that, to comprehend and see like, why do I have to? Because number one, most people that Japa, you have to put in a lot of effort for you to Japa. Number one, money. Number one, decision making, either leaving your family, your parents, your parents, your family, or and so it's a whole lot for you to say, okay, I'm going there, and you're going there not becoming. It's not like as if it's going to be as rosy as you want to think about. The only thing I say about it is the dollar rate and the naira rate. I think that is the exchange rate. That is just the only reason that makes it look like it is better off. Because wherever it is, the moment you leave your motherland, you become a second-class citizen anywhere you go to. So if things are not properly done, doesn't mean things cannot be, we can't get there.
Okay, sorry, Mukhtar, you said something that is like, to me, I feel like has an effect to us now. Let's bring it down to Nigeria. It has an effect to us Nigerians, right? But I want to ask Shola, what do you think that the effect has been of this whole Japa syndrome on the society at large? Because it's not only making a decision for yourself and your family, you also have to think about how it affects the country at large. Because if all of us decide to leave Nigeria, who will stay here? You know, that kind of thing. So that's the mentality I want you
Everybody cannot even leave.
To bring out here.
Because it's quite expensive.
Because I get your point, but I would say it's quite unfortunate that people actually think that way, or people actually strive so much to go through that process. Because looking at it from where it all started from is as a result of what he said. Things are not being in place, things are not being managed.
Things are not being managed
properly.
Yes.
And if you look at it at the other end, where the assumption is being perceived of, you can say, oh, this works, stuff like that. Do you get? So and if there's a scenario where someone leaves, someone maybe closer to you or your workspace or something, and you get feedback and you see that, oh, he's living a better life there, why don't I strive as well and do something like that? Do you understand?
Okay, so you think it boils down to pressure?
Yeah, sometimes it boils down to pressure.
Influence.
Maybe
sometimes some parents even think about it as a source of investment. Because I had a colleague who was telling me her parents is sending her to do masters in the UK because in the next 1-2 years she's gonna be done, she's gonna get a job, she could send some funds back home to help them. You see,
which is not always the case.
Which is not always the case. Sometimes it's for other reasons. So I think basically it's having a negative impact on the economy, on the society at large. Because now you have to see your friend in the next 2 weeks. Oh, this person is off. I'll start thinking, man, what am I doing?
Am I not going to do the same thing?
Am I not going to do the same thing? Do you understand?
Liam,
so it's just like that.
What, in relation to what she asked Shola, what are the effects of Japa on the workforce in general in Nigeria?
From what I read some articles that said Lagos State Hospital, teaching hospital, lost 150 nurses. They all resigned to leave Nigeria. So if you go to the hospital, you will not have professionals to help you anymore. Banks are becoming empty because all the bankers are leaving. So it has a problem. It will become a problem. Because now transactions in the bank will become slow. They will have problems transferring money and all that.
And I disagree with that. Sorry. Sorry. I disagree.
Okay, so, the fact that she said a lot of nurses had left the hospitals, not 20, not 30, 150.
They're just few. Like
Yeah.
if you check out the numbers of people living, in comparison to like every day there are still people going for housemanship. There are still people coming to become doctors in Nigeria that have not left yet. And the more we continue to have that educational system in place, we'll continue to groom and continue to have professionals. So no matter how many people are living because of the Japa Syndrome, because they want a better life, because the government are not paying them what they're supposed to pay. Just like I said, it's the exchange rate. That is just one of the major problems. It is what you're paying to your staff. That has been the problem of Japa. And if you can narrow it down to health sector, if you narrow it down to health sector, like we'll still have more doctors to grow than to come up. Like my uncle said, when the bill was passed about Japa being a problem, leaving the country, he actually, because he's a doctor and he's the chairman Senate Committee on Health. So for the last regime, he did not believe that they should pass a bill to stop Nigerians from leaving the country because it does not even see it because he thought it wasn't a. Because it doesn't see, this is somebody that is in that sector. Because it doesn't see that we need to just tackle those things that we are not doing well.
The fact that he doesn't see it as a problem doesn't mean it's not a problem.
Exactly. So
it's not only in the health sector, it's in the educational sector.
Okay, let them go. And then we'll get somebody else.
It's your decision. It's your decision. Whatever it is that you are earning here, if it's not okay for you, then you can decide to go and look for any greener pasture. That's why I decided to feel that bill should not be stopped.
That would make me, ask you what I'm about to ask. You said it's not because, so they might be uncomfortable with their, what they're earning at the moment, right? That's why they had to leave.
Maybe because maybe you're living in the city, your lifestyle doesn't really, you want a better lifestyle. And if you can actually, for example, if I'm living in Ogun State, wherever it is, as a doctor in Lagos State, like the difference is there. You can actually be anywhere you're earning in Lagos State and be comfortable in Abeokuta or in Kwara or in Ondo State or in Meduguri. But because
so
you want
it's the city thing.
Yeah, so it's God bless you. So it's because of the city factor, and everybody really wants to like live the life. If you're in Lagos and you really want to live to that expectation of I'm in the city. Just like somebody going to Las Vegas, for you to be in Las Vegas, you understand what it is for you to be in Las Vegas. That is the city that everybody wants to talk about. New York. Talk about it. So you want to go to Japan, wherever city, all those Tokyo and all of that. So it depends on the kind of lifestyle you really want to go. So the fact that some people really want to have a better life, it is a choice of you wanting to have a better life.
Okay, I like the fact that you're saying that because Shola, I want to ask you. So how ready? What's the
Shola is an accountant now. Let's see, Shola is an accountant. Yeah. You can actually look at it compared to what somebody that is whatever it is you're earning in Lagos, and compared to what somebody else is earning in Ogun State, and see the kind of lifestyle, house rent, medical bills, and all of that. You see that there's.
Sorry to cut you, but in the city life and the other, you said city life and Lagos and other states. So you have to also put into consideration that most of the companies that pay you a reasonable, livable amount are mostly in Lagos. So if you now, for example, I'm from Akwa Ibom, there are not that many companies that will pay you that can like a reasonable salary in Akwa Ibom State.
So even the doctors living are not private doctors. They are federal government. They are not from they are from general hospitals that government are the ones paying them. That's what I'm trying to look at.
So we need to understand
I'm not talking about somebody being in a private doctor, or somebody being in a federal government sector. So it is the federal government. Because people feel like, okay, whatever it is we're earning, I'm in Lagos General
People also leave private sectors.
Yes, people also leave.
What is the statistics? What is the statistics of the people?
I'm trying to say that we need to talk about the underlying. We're not talking about something here. We need to talk about the underlying factor. There is a reason why I would decide, like personally for me, there's a reason I would decide that I want to leave the country. It might have nothing to do with the government or anything. I feel like it's a personal thing, I think. Even if you pay me, let's say 1 million, right? And I still decide that I want to leave. Maybe because of other better form of living or something, other standard of living in other countries. But I feel like there is always something. It doesn't have to be about the government or anything. I feel like it has to do with you personally, whether they pay you 1 million or they pay you 5 naira, it's still that thing. I can still decide that.
People make choices. People make certain choices based off of the environmental factors, based off of things.
But you know, even in the US, people still migrate, right? They still leave. They still go to other countries. So why do they leave?
You know why it's called Japa in Nigeria? You know why it has become a thing? Because of the numbers.
Because of the numbers.
It's ridiculous.
Exactly. Sorry. Let me just come in. Let me come in there. Now, leaving the country is different from Japan.
I think we feel the numbers are ridiculous. If we are given the opportunity to maybe go on Google now, let's check out the ratio of the people jackpotting from the country and compared to the ratio of the Nigerian population, you see that it doesn't really. That there's come on.
Fine. Do you know they might not have the capacity to actually jackpot?
You must even have the capacity for you to even think of jackpot.
If you give them the privilege, you know, those ones that are actually here, it looks like.
Why will I have 20 million naira, 30 million naira? I want to. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like that is what is going on for you to jackpot. You must have minimum of 10 to 20, 30 million, depending on what country you are going to go. You're jackpotting to.
The other means of jackpotting.
That means that is buttressing the jackpot itself.
So you guys are only concentrating on staff. You're only concentrating on people that have jobs. In July 2022 alone, there were about 3 million applications for schools in Europe. 3 million just in July alone. So you're saying that the staffs will go and the people people that are growing will come and take over, but they are also leaving too. So it's still going to be a problem. Everybody is leaving. It's not only grown-ups that are leaving. Everybody is leaving. People are going to school. It's not only masters. Like starting from year 1, they are leaving. So it's still going to be a problem one way or another. Even though there are some people that are still going to school here. Nowadays, children these days that don't want to do 9 to 5.
I think the
problem
is going to be the brain drain. We're not going to have enough capable hands to come into the workforce. Yes, you say a lot of people are going and a lot of people are coming, but those people that are coming, they are still coming to go.
They're still coming to go.
Even
the ones that
and you we are all here. We are professionals in our own. We are professionals in our own different areas. She's an engineer. She's an accountant. You're a model, actor, and like we're still professionals. That we're here, and some have gone. But it's still moving. Yeah, but it's still moving. Yeah, but it's still moving. Not everybody actually wants to leave. Because when you get there, it's a different ballgame entirely. Whatever it is you're being told, whatever it is you're thinking about you getting there, it's not going to be like that.
Yeah, so sorry to cut you short. It's a different ballgame there, but here it's not. The only mindset is Japa. I have friends that are in Cyprus, somewhere else. You ask them, where are you going? Not just Europe. Where are you going? I'm going to some place. What do you want to do? I don't know. Where are you? When I get there, I'll figure out. It's just a syndrome of let me just leave this current state.
Yeah,
obviously somewhere is going to be better.
People will believe it's actually a problem because that's why I was asking the other time. What is the readiness of the people living? Do they have skill? What are they actually going to do there? Are they going to be a burden? So, like you said, some people are sleeping on the streets. Some people are living a very inconvenient lifestyle.
How will I want to live my baby? How will I live to live my own?
People will prefer to suffer over there than suffer here.
I don't like.
Lots of people that prefer to suffer over there than suffer here. Being homeless over there is better than.
No, I don't agree to that. I think that they were not properly prepared to what they were going to face there. That's why they end up being homeless and struggling. It's not like they.
That's why Grace. That's why we're calling it a syndrome.
Yes.
It's the whole mental. Exactly, it's a facade. There is no research. People don't think so. People don't even look. See, I have an uncle, I have an auntie, and they seem to be fine. So let me also go. I don't care how I'll be living. So
where I will sleep.
Exactly, Grace. Do you think there's anything in place? Or if there is nothing, can you suggest there's anything in place to cushion the effect of Japa or to perhaps reduce this Japa? Do you think there's anything we as Nigerians or the government can do?
There's a lot the government can do.
Okay, I want to hear from Grace.
Okay. All right.
I would say two things from let's say, starting from people that have jackpot already. Yeah. So I think people should actually listen to their own testimonies and how they have struggled as well and learn from them, because it's not always very... Yes, because like people hear the success story, we've not heard the struggle and like the more than 60%.
Do you know? Sorry to cut you.
I don't think people.
Sorry to cut you short,
Yeah.
Grace. Do you know? Sometimes I've seen it like several amount of times. Sometimes, people make tweets or something, a post, and they be like, you are there. And you're saying...
Especially when it's snowing. You are suffering with snow. Also, you are suffering with sun.
It's not as if we don't know, but I'd rather be there to experience it than to be here and someone is telling me, the life is hard. There's struggle.
Okay,
I think the most reasonable thing would be, let's see some changes here first.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. The second part would be the government, to be fair, because there are a lot of things that our government has a long way to go in a lot of different areas. I'm not like a professional in that field, but the basics, like, I don't know, starting from security.
Yeah,
employment. That's a secure, like normal, like going out of your house, you're feeling safe in your neighborhood. Yes. Like security, staying in your own country and you're feeling safe, not something that, or saying, something that, the next 2 days, or say, sit at home for the next 10 days. That is not something. Like so security, so security is a very, very important thing that the government should actually, that can make people feel more comfortable and more willing to, because if there's security, people, businesses will be able to run better. If people can actually leave their shops and later in the night, so you can make more money. Like there are cases we can have 24-hour store if there's enough security. So you can make more money.
Security, sorry, security. Wait, security in what? Wait, sorry. So where's there no where's there no insecurity in the whole world?
No, there's insecurity everywhere, no doubt.
Yes,
everywhere.
But even in America, is there no insecurity?
Yes, there is.
Is there no insecurity in London?
Yes, there is, but there are also.
What are the insecurity that we have?
Okay, let's bring it home. Let's bring it home. Because we don't have time. We don't have time.
Tell us one thing you think the government can do, or you think we can do to mitigate. No, tell us one thing. We want to hear, because if we sit here, just tell us one thing.
Poverty.
Yeah,
how do you reduce poverty? Make education very accessible to the common Nigerian. With education, everything is possible. Everything will fall in place. That is what we are lacking in everywhere in the Northeast. There's no educational system working in place. The poverty rate, the people out of school are just so enormous. So it is the moment you can put education in place, then forget, everything is going to work in place.
Let's talk about the workforce. Let's bring it into the business work environment, right? Because
but if we all have... The Japa Syndrome has given people a lot of business opportunities.
Yeah, we know that, but let's talk about like people that because we're talking about the workforce now and the economic system in Nigeria, right?
How it can be better.
Now, how it can be better. Now, let me ask you, Shola. Let's imagine that you have a company where you have a lot of people working under you, and then you've done a lot of trainings for your staff. You have like tried to put your workforce in place, right? And then all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, you get a resignation from one of your staffs telling you that, I prefer to work, maybe I got another opportunity or something. How does that affect? Because that's where the problem and the question is, how does it affect the integral, affect the workforce? Because we can talk about it on the government level, we can talk about it on the personal level, but we're not talking about how it affects businesses to affect the economy that we want to work. Does that make sense to you now? Yeah, so if you can talk more about that, that would be nice.
Okay, if you ask me in the position of a business owner, right? So I'm a business owner, definitely. There's a lot of issues that are facing the country. There's a target I have to achieve. I have my plan in place. Do you understand? So now I can't say someone is leaving and I'm feeling bad. Or I can't say I haven't budgeted for that.
Okay, no.
You have trained. You have to get time.
I get your point.
Time has been put into it.
Kelly, you said someone.
You said someone.
Say 10 people.
Okay, 10. Okay. All right, let's put it that way.
Okay, I have 10 people, right?
Yes.
And I've trained them, and they're telling me they want to leave.
Like you're trained. You've taken them home and abroad to go and learn about stuff, and then they come back and tell you, "I want to."
It's not a do or die contract.
But how does it affect your business?
Of course it does.
I just want to support him. I want to support him because as a civil servant from where I come from, you are to train your staff. It is compulsory. We feel that's what we're all about. We want you to train your staff. Yes. We don't want you to leave your staff just being in the organization and you don't want to train them, because that's the reason why we exist. So we want you to train your staff. So whether you are training your staff and he leaves in the next 1 month, it is important for you to train your staff, whichever way.
So you start training another person.
Do you know?
Every company has that in mind, that an employee doesn't last forever.
Do you know that?
So they have to have a country.
When we say training, right? When we say training, you might see it as sitting down and taking a course or whatever. You know, exactly. Over a period of time, you have a loyal staff. You have somebody you've put your all. You believe in this person. Mm-hmm. You believe in this person, or not one person. Let's say,
why are you putting your all in one person as a business owner?
Hold on. When I say put your all, you're not being relative here. You're not putting yourself. You're not relating. You're not. So when I say as a business owner, putting your all, I don't mean favoritism or any of that sort. I mean actually sewing into this person as a staff. You do that for a lot of staff. But you now have 5 resignation letters.
Are you not getting something out from somebody that you're sewing so much from?
You know, some things
have you not been getting something out from that person?
Are in the foreseeable future. They don't give you immediate results. Do you know? Some staff, you'll be like, oh, okay, there's a projection. In the next 5 years, this is where I want to see this person. This is what I want this person to do.
So that's why you have head of HR, assistant head of HR, you have HR officer. And just like I said, training must be, because most organizations don't really take training very, very serious. Training, you must have an L&D officer in your organization.
Mokhtar, are you saying it doesn't have an effect on the business?
It shouldn't have an effect on your. If you have proper succession planning, it shouldn't have an effect on your organization.
I have first seen. Yeah. There's this pharmacy close to my house. There's this particular pharmacist. He brings in costs. People are comfortable with him. Everybody comes to that pharmacy. It was making money
because of that person.
Before you know it, he left. The other lady that was there left, and do you know at this day that pharmacy is closed?
Exactly. So I
pharmacy is closed.
That's poor planning on the owners of the pharmacy.
Because you cannot say you didn't see it coming, or you cannot say you don't have an escape route in place.
She replaced him, no doubt. Yeah?
No.
She replaced him, no doubt. But
if I'm the owner of a pharmacy, and I'm a pharmacist myself, and I have staff that I've been able to train, and they've been doing very well, and they left, then I put myself back into that same position, and I get to try, like wherever it is they're missing, I will put myself in that position and continue to do what those people are doing.
Let's come back. I want to ask a question to everybody, right? If you are given an opportunity to leave, now I'm not talking about, go and look for your money by yourself. Like the opportunity is there. Like they have scholarships now, right? You have an opportunity
all expense paid.
All expense paid.
Not Shola,
I just want to, yes or no? Yes, I'm going to take it. No, I won't take it. Will you take it? Yes, I'm going to ask. No, I will not ask you why. I don't want to ask you why yet. Because I don't have time. No, I want to know.
If I'm giving you a definite answer, you need to ask me why.
Tell me why. No, tell me. It's a yes or no question.
Okay.
Will you?
Yes, I would.
Grace, will you?
Sorry, I have a question.
Will you?
No. I have a question.
Will you? All expense paid.
I need to know what Grace is.
Mokhtar, will you take it? Yes or no?
No, I didn't get your question. Like I didn't get your question. Scholarship.
Yes, I pay for everything. All expense paid. Yes.
No, to come and Japa or to just come and get.
No, answer this question. This is my question. No, this is my question. I am saying all expense paid. All expense paid. Will you take it or not?
All expense paid to what?
To the other side. Will you take it?
To Japa.
Yes.
To Japa.
Anyone you want.
To Japa. No, all expense paid to Japa.
Yes.
To Japa. I die here.
That's fine. Will you take it?
I will.
Grace, I'm coming back to you. Will you take it?
Because I don't know what is waiting for me. You've not told me what is waiting for me there.
We have it.
But she didn't say that. She didn't say that.
She said anything you want.
No matter what, see, the only thing is I see, it's not, see, knowledge, you can, according to my religion, you can seek for knowledge as far as China. If I'm going to seek for knowledge over there, fine. I am ready to go, and I come back to my beloved. Why would you want to leave Nigeria for 20 years?
Okay, guys, thank you so much, Tony. Because if we allow them, they are going to talk the house down, and we don't have that time.
These guys don't want us.
They don't want us to go at all.
But sorry, before you play, sorry.
I know it's Mukta. I want to say
So,
something.
but on a note, like if you really want to go for your own personal reason, yeah, I feel you should, because it has been there since day one. During the Babangida period, and it will never stop. And as an economist, like it's an economic development stage of a nation. Like Nigeria is developing, and at this stage we will experience it more, and we will never stop to experience it. So, and what the stage that we are right now, we are practicing democracy. We just started like 1999 to date. Like we're still growing, and we'll continue to grow. So you will see still people that wants to Japa. But I always tell Nigerians, even if you are going to Japa, please try and remember home.
Come back after 20 years.
Now the Japa makes sense.
When you see all those nations that left from being underdeveloped to developing and to developed nation right now, they also went through this process. You see China, all those people, India, they send their people out to go and get that knowledge and come back and develop the nation. I believe if we can do that, it will really help a lot. And the government should also do what they need to do.
Thank you so much.
So if you're going to send me all expenses paid, I can go, but definitely
You
maybe in a
can't
year.
go.
You see this Nigerian.
I can't leave the country.
Compromising to a factor of
I can't leave for
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for joining us today. We had so much fun on this episode.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. So
You guys watching, I hope you had a great fun, and I also hope you learned a lot. So if you are deciding that you want to Japa, it's your decision. No? Don't let anybody talk you down, but always have a plan. Abi Tony?
of course.
Because I'm trying to come back home because of people like Mukta.
Don't forget to leave a comment.
Yeah, so
Let's know what
let's
you
have that
think.
banter.
Yeah,
you know?
what you think
Tell
about
us
this
what you think.
session, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And
just be good, you know?
I love my country, and I still believe the country is
Thank
going
you guys. Bye.